Hello guys, it's me, I'm Jasmine. Hey, welcome back to AI Storytime. I'm so excited this time. AI snapped on this story. It reminds me of my cat. I actually put his name in the title. It wasn't about him, but it reminded me of him, so I had to give him some honor and love and put him in the title of the story. It's a tale of heroism and a tale of woe about a kitty cat. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get into the story time. As I always say, there will be captions up here while I'm reading because I don't have a prompter yet. So I'm going to be looking down. Words are going to be up here. You got this. You understand. We understand. Alright, the title is The Legend, Mr. Meow. In a quaint little town nestled between rolling hills and whispering forest, there lived a cat named Mr. Meow. Legend had it that Mr. Meow was no ordinary feline. He possessed a talent that set him apart from the rest. He spent the remainders of his days drinking through a straw, which was not to be pitied, for he was a talented cat. Mr. Meow was known far and wide for his remarkable ability to navigate the world with unparalleled precision. While other cats contented themselves with chasing mice and napping the sun, Mr. Meow had honed his skills to perfection. Whether it was balancing on the narrowest of ledges or leaping gracefully from rooftop to rooftop, there was no challenge too great for Mr. Meow to conquer. But it was not just his physical prowess that made Mr. Meow a legend in the town. No, it was his keen intellect and unwavering determination that truly set him apart. He was a problem solver, extraordinaire, always ready to lend a paw to those in need. From helping a lost kitten find its way home to outsmarting the craftiest of adversaries, Mr. Meow was the hero of the town. Yet despite his many feats and accomplishments, Mr. Meow remained humble and unassuming. He had no desire for fame or glory. All he cared about was making the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. And so, as the sun rolled over the town and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Mr. Meow would curl up in his favorite spot by the fire, content in knowledge that he had done his part to make the world brighter, better place for those who called it home. For he was not just a talented cat, he was a hero in every sense of the word. Long before Mr. Meow became legendary hero of the town, there was a time when he was just a small kitten, wide-eyed and curious about the world around him. He lived with his loving family in a cozy cottage around the outskirts of town where the meadow stretched as far as the eye could see. One fateful day, tragedy struck this peaceful town. A fierce storm swept through ferocious winds and torrential rain, leaving destruction in its wake. Homes were destroyed, trees uprooted, and chaos reigned supreme. Amidst the chaos, many of the town's inhabitants found themselves in perilous situations, trapped beneath fallen debris or stranded in flooded streets. But even in the darkest of times, there was a glimmer of hope. Young Mr. Meow, despite his tender age, he refused to cower in fear. With courage beyond his years, he set out into the storm, determined to lend a helping paw whenever it was needed. Through the rain and wind, Mr. Meow braved the elements, darting from one disaster zone to another. He used his keen senses to locate those in need. His humble agility to navigate treacherous terrain, and his boundless determination to never give up no matter the obstacles in his path. One by one, Mr. Meow rescued his fellow townsfolk from danger. He pulled them from rubble, guided them to safety through flooded streets, and provided comfort and reassurance in their darkest hour. And as the storm finally began to subside, Mr. Meow stood in the midst of the wreckage, his fur matted with rain and whiskers glistening with water, a true beacon of hope and courage for all those who had witnessed his bravery. From that day forward, Mr. Meow was hailed as a hero throughout the town. His selfless acts of courage had saved countless lives and inspired all those who witnessed his bravery. And even though he may have started out as just a small kitten, Mr. Meow had proven himself to be a true hero in every sense of the word. As Mr. Meow grew older, his talents blossomed into something truly remarkable. While most cats were content with the simple pleasures of chasing mice or basking in the sun, Mr. Meow's abilities transcended the ordinary. It all began one lazy afternoon when Mr. Meow discovered his unique talent quite by accident. He was lounging in the sun-drenched garden, lazily batting at a butterfly that flitted by, when he noticed something peculiar. With a flick of his paw, he sent a rubble skittering across the ground, watching in fascination as it bounced and rolled in a seemingly random pattern. Intrigued, Mr. Meow began to experiment further, honing his newfound skill with each passing day. He discovered that he possesses an uncanny ability to manipulate objects with unparalleled precision, guiding them with the slightest flick of his paw. Whether it was rubble, a feather, or even a delicate flower petal, Mr. Meow could control it with an astonishing accuracy, bending it to his will with ease. The word of Mr. Meow's extraordinary talent soon spread throughout the town, and long before he found himself in high demand. From entertaining children at birthday parties to dazzling crowds at the annual town fair, Mr. Meow's performance never failed to captivate and delight. But it was not just his skill with objects that set Mr. Meow apart. He also possessed a keen intellect and a quick wit that made him a master problem solver. Time and time again, he proved himself to be the hero of the town, using his talents to overcome even the most daunting challenges, whether it was rescuing a kitten stuck in a tree or outsmarting a mischievous raccoon intent on causing mischief. Mr. Meow was always ready to lend a paw. Even though he may have been a small stature, in his heart he was as big as the sky, and his courage knew no bounds. And also, as Mr. Meow continued to dazzle and amaze the townfolk with his extraordinary talents, he remained humble and unassuring, ever grateful for the gift that had set him apart from the rest, for he knew that the true greatness lay not in the applause of the crowd, but in the joy he brought to others with the flick of his paw. In this bustling town where Mr. Meow resided, every day was an adventure filled with opportunity and excitement. Every day was an adventure filled with excitement, danger, and opportunity for heroism. No! There you go. In the bustling town where Mr. Meow resided, every day was an adventure filled with excitement, danger, and the opportunity for heroism. As the town's beloved hero, Mr. Meow found himself embarking on daring missions to protect his fellow citizens from all manner of perils. From thwarting the plans of mischievous thieves and to rescuing stranded travelers from treacherous cliffs, Mr. Meow's days were filled with excitement and heroism. With his keen senses and lightning-fast reflexes, he was always the first to leap into action whenever danger reared its ugly head. But it wasn't just big, dramatic rescues that made Mr. Meow a true hero. It was also the small acts of kindness and compassion that he performed each and every day. Whether it was comforting a frightened child or helping an elderly neighbor carry groceries home from the market, Mr. Meow was always right there to lend a paw and make the world a better place. Even though his adventure often took him to the furthest reaches of the town and beyond, Mr. Meow always made time for his loyal friends and companions. Together they would embark on epic quests to explore hidden caves, solve ancient mysteries, and uncover long-lost treasures. But amidst of all the excitement and adventure, Mr. Meow never lost sight of what truly mattered: the well-being and happiness of his fellow townsfolk. For he knew the hero's greatest strength lay not in his physical prowess, but in the kindness and compassion he showed to others. And so, as the sun set on another day in a bustling town, Mr. Meow would retire to his cozy cottage, heart full of satisfaction, knowing that he had made a difference in the lives of those around him. For he was not just a hero, he was a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those who knew him. a true embodiment of courage, kindness, and selflessness. As the years passed by, Mr. Meow's once boundless energy began to wane, and his once nimble movements grew slower and more deliberate. The town had once buzzed with excitement at the sight of their beloved hero, now watched with bittersweet nostalgia as Mr. Meow's adventures became fewer and further between. Despite his advancing age, Mr. Meow remained as dignified and as graceful as ever, his spirit undimmed with the passage of time, but deep down he knew that his days of daring rescues and thrilling adventures were behind him. It was time to bid a farewell to the town that he had called home for so many years and embark on his final journey. With heavy hearts, the townsfolk gathered to pay their respects to the beloved hero, gathering in the town square beneath a canopy of twinkling stars. There, surrounded by friends old and new, Mr. Meow delivered his final farewell, his voice soft but filled with warmth and wisdom. He spoke of countless adventures he had shared with the people of the town, the dangers he had faced and the triumphs he had achieved. He spoke of the friendships he had forged and the memories he would carry with him always. He spoke to the love and gratitude he felt for each and every one of them, for they had been his family, his companions, his greatest supporters throughout his long and illustrious life. And as the final words of his farewell faded into the night, Mr. Meow closed his eyes one last time, surrounded by the love and warmth of those who had been touched by his kindness and courage. And though his physical form may have passed from this world, his spirit will live on forever in the hearts of all who had known him. And so, as the dawn broke over the horizon, casting its golden light upon the town below, Mr. Meow slipped away peacefully into eternal slumber, his journey at an end, but his legacy enduring forever. For he had been more than just a cat. He had been a hero, a friend, and a source of inspiration to all who had been fortunate enough to know him. And even though he may no longer walk among him, his memory would live on, a testament to the power of love, courage, and compassion to change the world for better. That's so sad. I love that story. I think I love it so much because it's about a cat, and I have a cat, and we named him Mr. Meowie, and I named the cat in the story Mr. Meow. Kind of similar, you know what I mean? And it's just, I felt like Mr. Meow was kind of like this cat, man. He would sit outside my door constantly and just non-stop meow. Even when I would be standing next to him, he'd be like, meow, meow, meow. Just non-stop meowing. That's why we named him Mr. Meow. I don't know. I miss him. We raised him since he was like 6 weeks old. He was not even supposed to be away from his mama yet. I want to cry. I'm trying to hold back the tears right now because I don't want to cry in front of you guys. Because you guys are cool. We don't cry in front of cool people. That was a good story. What did you guys say? AI snapped on that one. There was a lot of detail I was not expecting, and bigger words like illustrious. I guess I should expect that from AI. If AI is not talking smart, then who else is? Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time, and I hoped that your snacks were good. I'm sad you didn't share any. How rude. But I hope to see you guys back here next week. We got lots of cool, fun stories for you. Yes, we do. Anyways, I got some stuff to do, so bye!